There's a lot of things that you're going to hear about this camera, especially if you've been on the internet in the last 6 months to a year, about how much hype there is on this camera. A lot of that is warranted, but a lot of that is also just people discovering Fujifilm cameras for the first time.
There are definitely a few drawbacks that you have to deal with when shooting with the X100.
Then you can go again, and I can go to Chris. Guess what, Chris?
What?
I can use real scissors. Roly poly, roly, down, 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 down. Roly poly, up, 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 down, roly, roly poly.
You rarely find a video of somebody shooting video on the X100, and that's because it's not really seen as a video camera. You're going to see a lot of video footage from the X100v in this video. A lot of it is pretty much straight out of the camera.
What are those?
This is a pine cone, this is a leaf.
It's pretty cool.
There's a couple of attachments that I use to make this a very viable option. I use the WCL. This makes it a 28mm, the extra grip. Then you've got a pretty stable camera. To give it the extra look that I'm going for with this camera, I have a 10% Cinebloom on here. For the better part of a year, I've had the X100v on me pretty much every day, and I use it to kind of document my family stuff and just my fun camera. It's very simple to use, it looks awesome, and the Fujifilm simulations, the things that you've heard about so much over the last year. The film simulations just make everything easier because you can dial in a photo look and shoot it, use the JPEG, and you don't really have to touch it up in post.
Like, was Archer a dog or a kid?
I think the kid.
So what I started thinking about was, okay, if I can, what do I love about this camera? I love that it's simple, I love that it's relatively small, and I love how it looks and the images it produces. But I always kept finding myself going, okay, I need a camera for video as well, because I wasn't going to use my X100 video, this was my stills camera, it doesn't have IBIS, and I thought, you know what, let's just try it. Let's just have an open mind and use it as a video camera. And to be quite honest, I'm very surprised with what it looks like, because I'm starting to experience the same feeling with video as I do with the stills in this camera. I've dialed in my film recipe for how I want the video to look, and it's pretty much just plug and play from there. It's not the best spec'd camera that you can get in 2023. It doesn't have image stabilization, so you've got to be very intentional with the way you shoot. It also overheats in 4K if you record for too long, but the way that I record with this camera is I just take little bursts, little clips here and there. And what I get from this is I get a small package that I can take out that I trust for video and photo at the same time. And I haven't had that experience with a camera for a while, a camera that I love the look of it. I love actually looking at it, as superficial as that sounds, and shooting with it, but it's actually capable in the photo and video department. A couple of weeks ago, my wife gave birth to our firstborn son, and I wanted to document the process in a way that I could remember it, but also in a way that wasn't going to be distracting to the moment and allow me to capture just the right amount of footage and photos to remember that and to have those keepsakes, but also to be as present myself. And if I had brought my X-H2S in there, a lot of people probably would have looked at me funny. The doctors might not have liked having a real camera in there, and I probably would have been more focused on getting cinematic level footage as opposed to getting the moments. So I'm gonna let a video play here of kind of that whole leading up to the birth, including the birth and seeing our son for the first time.
Arterial over here. Okay, did you got some? I got some. Yeah. Let's see if we save some. Happy birthday.
Oh, baby, hi. 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 Okay.
I truly don't believe I would have been able to get this type of footage and these type of shots if I was using a higher quality camera, so to say.
Guess it's time I wake up, this is 7 years old. We've been 7 years cold and now it's time for summer. Walls came down, walls that were holding us in. They've been holding us in.
All of this to say, the X100v has surprised me as a video camera, and I would almost go as far as to say that the X100v, the V, I know it stands for 5, I'm not stupid, but the V actually stands for video. Not to add to the hype of the X100v, I know that you probably can't escape it on your algorithm right now. To be able to have a camera that you can just grab and go and shoot is just, it changes the relationship with photography, at least for me anyway. And so I figured I would just share my experience using the X100v as a video camera and just some of my thoughts. Hopefully this is a little bit of a hot take and not a cold take like what it seems like everyone else is doing. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think below, and if you would use an X100 for video. If you have one and you haven't used it for video, why aren't you? And I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.
All this time, try to make this our home. Try to make it now, go inside and save us later.